just before sunrise. Light and sound show here in Magdala at the Sea of Galilee for you. For a moment there with that black streak underneath the Golan, you thought it was already a hill, but it was just a shadow on the water. What a beautiful morning. Allow me to be brief today, as I've got a commitment at 6:30 with a group of visitors and pilgrims. Our readings are very, very rich, really amazing. The contemplation of the book of Deuteronomy, in which we're dipping into today, reviews the history from creation and all the providential acts of unique love given to his people. And this is an amazing, heartfelt review to ponder the past events with our heart, to bring to memory the great gifts we have received. And this forms a major thread, a major strand of the fabric of our religious experience and reality. This is very much what we're about, to remember. You know, memory is foundational to identity. To know who you are. And when people are deprived of their memory, deprived of good history of their lives, there's a gap. And that is also a painful situation of many people. But beyond that, then there's this memory of our whole people and the immense love we have received from our Creator and Redeemer. And our Redeemer also redeems our memory. Who we are. What other people has seen such personal attention? It's a contemplation from one's own heart as one realizes the personal love, the gift of personal love. That very affirming experience that one is truly loved, uniquely loved. This constitutes a lot of our assurance, self-assurance, of our confidence, to know that we are profoundly loved. An extraordinary experience. I think I commented it already a couple of weeks ago with a small pilgrim group, and there comes the sun. And there were two children who came into life with a very rare disease, virus syndrome. Their hands are crippled, their face is distorted, and they're very small in stature comparatively to their age. and now as young adults, and yet they display such a confidence, such a powerful sense of being who they are, very sharp, catching wit and humor and above average perception of understanding. And that surely comes from their parents' love for them. To discover the love God has for us is foundational to our lives, despite all the problems we might have. And in this Deuteronomy reading today that I really encourage you to look at closely, and you have the text here in these links, it's really powerful how there's so many details in the words, so many nuances. I just take a moment to pull it out for you here. Ask now of the days of old, before your time, ever since God created man upon the earth. So that's going back to the dawn of creation. Ask from one end of the sky to the other. Ask the whole universe, all the stars, all the constellations and galaxies. Ask. This question is so powerful. Did anything so great ever happen before? Was it ever heard of? Did a people ever hear the voice of God speaking from the midst of fire as you did and live? Or did any God venture to go and take a nation for himself from the midst of another nation by testing signs, wonders, with his strong hand and outstretched arm, as he did for you in Egypt before your very eyes, that you might know the Lord is God and there is no other? Out of the heavens he let you hear his voice to discipline you. On earth he let you see his great fire, and you heard him speaking out of the fire. This is a powerful schooling of our memory, how we approach each other, how we look at each other, how we look at our own history, who we are. And we go with the Psalm 77, I remember the deeds of the Lord. I remember the deeds of the Lord. If we leave it like that for today, the response to that great love is indicated in a very powerful way in the gospel at a whole new level of weak human beings brought to the capacity of total responsive love, completely harnessing their entire potential in life to respond, as in the text also in Deuteronomy, to love God with all your heart and all your soul and all your strength and all your might. God bless you today from this beautiful spot on the Sea of Galilee. See you later, alligators.